congratulate the youth for organizing this program today, and they have been doing it for a few years. My question is, why aren't we putting same sort of effort or even 50% of that effort that we're doing for Al-Quds for Jannatul Baqi?
Are we able to answer the question? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As I mentioned tonight in my lecture also and before many times, see, Mas'ala Quds, issue of Quds is very important. At the same time, issue of Jannatul Baqi and Jannatul Mu'alla is very important. And sometimes people, they are in the impression that our Maraji, our Mujtahideen, they have separated for some reason issue of Jannatul Baqi and Jannatul Mu'alla with Quds. So actually this is not the truth. But see, many visits, many meetings and many conversation between Iranian government and Iranian leadership, and especially I remember there were the two visits. These were organized by Iranian government and they headed by of Sanjani, and they had the talk and they wanted to construct the Jannatul Baqi. But until now, that was not done. But inshallah, we strongly believe that very soon, in near future, we will get some good news from there. And second thing, see, when we are talking about the Jannatul Baqi, because before the Jannatul Baqi, like international issue, if we make it international issue, so our other Muslim fellows, of course, still now, they are creating doubts against the leadership, against the Iranian policy. If we raise the issue of the Jannatul Baqi, so they will prove that, see, actually their aim is not Quds, their objective is Jannatul Baqi. They are not against the Zionists, they are against the Saudi government. So from here, technically, that was the issue, but Alhamdulillah, Iranian government and Iranian leadership, Alhamdulillah, intelligently and brilliantly, they tackle the situation, and Alhamdulillah, Muslim world is, mashallah, many people from the Muslim world, they are behind the Iranian government and this issue, and once the issue of the Quds, it will be resolved, so of course, thereafter will be in the position to call whole world stand for the Jannatul Baqi also.
But my question is not with the, we are not talking about Iranian government here, we are talking about the issue of Jannatul Baqi, which is not related to Iranian. This is a Shia issue. So why and the Shias of the world are making the same, I'm not against Al-Quds, but I'm saying if we make same sort of efforts, or even if we put 50% of what we're doing for Al-Quds, don't you think that will...
MashaAllah, that's a very good question. Of course, I am with you, because as you remember, in this lecture and before also, whenever I raise voice against the issue of the Quds, I said, see, not only the Quds, issue of the Khanekah, issue of the Jannatul Baqi, issue of the Jannatul Mu'alla. So Alhamdulillah, in the entire world, in India, in Pakistan, in the Western countries, Alhamdulillah, our Mu'min, our brothers, with the help of our Muslim fellows, they organize the protests and they organize the meetings, they organize the conferences for the construction of the Jannatul Baqi. So inshallah ta'ala, this is also in our plan to raise our voice for this issue also.
It's a very good question, Iqbal Bhai, and the only thing I'm going to say to the person who asked the question is, how do you know there isn't work being done right now in the world for that? So in New York, in the US, every single year, during the 8th of Shawwal, they have a huge protest in New York for the rebuilding of Baqi. And 600 people show up to that rally. And then now they have a whole organization of rebuilding Baqi. Toronto now has opened a new chapter for that, and I'm one of the heads of that. So it is, like I mentioned in my speech, these are not separate issues. They're all one cry. A cry for Quds, a cry for Baqi as well. And because it's the exact same dushman, right? Yahud, the Muslim Saud, right? So, I mean, we have to understand that if we separate these issues, that's what the dushman wants, for us to be able to separate issues. So there is work being done. It is a little bit more of a delicate situation than Quds is, So we have to kind of change our tactics. I don't think a protest for Baqi is the right way to go. I do think that it is a table sits sort of with the right people to find out if we can rebuild that cemetery or not. So there's a lot of work being done right now for Baqi, side by side with Quds as well. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
Just quickly to add on to that point of the work being done in the community. Last year, if you remember, on 8th Shawwal, we held a session at Panjtan Center where we screened the documentary of Jannat al-Baqi, which one of our Qasim was present, and we screened it at Panjtan Center, and we had majlis, which I think since the last 5 years, since we've been here, we've been doing majlises. Every year there's been a majlis for it, and last year we took a proactive approach, like we've been taking for Al-Quds. We had a documentary screening here, and many of the youth and the elders viewed that documentary, and the documentary was talking about that core issue, which Maulana Asad Jafri talked about. It's the link between Al-Saud, Wahhabism, all this links back to Zionism. And talked about how the British Empire, all of them are interconnected, and our main enemy, Zionism, if we can tackle that, inshallah, all others will fall, inshallah.
I was going to start by saying that by now we should all be convinced about taking a stand for Al-Quds, but it seems that we still have some doubts. Inshallah, after the program, Maulanas will still be here. Anyone can come and ask a question. We had initially planned that we would have a question and answer session, but obviously time restraints are there, and all of you have been here since iftar.
I'm going home.
He's here for the next couple of days, inshallah. And there's a question and answer session on Sunday after the program also. Just a few things that I would say is that inshallah by now I hope that all of us, if not most of us, are convinced that standing up for justice and against batil is our duty, and each of us have to stand united. It is the seerat of the Ahlul Bayt, and each of our Imams have given their life for this very cause, standing for haqq and against batil. And we as his followers, what are we doing? Inshallah, this in itself is a stand that we take every year, and we should continue to stand united for this. Our respected speakers today have removed all the doubts in our minds about Al-Quds, and I hope that now we have no excuse. But if multiple alims standing here today in front of us telling us the importance of standing up for justice is not enough, then let me share with you something that happened just today. Just before coming here today, we were at an iftar. Maulana Qasim was there, Brother Talib was there, where a largely renowned professor, Dr. Joseph Calamari, gave a speech. And I was amazed at what he said. He began by speaking about Ramadan and what Ramadan is. And as a non-Muslim, he stood up in front of us and he spoke to us. What did he say? He said that Ramadan is a month of self-purification and of self-reflection. A month of reflecting what Islam is truly about. What is Islam truly about? In his own words, Islam is a religion that promotes justice. And he didn't just stop there. He went on to say, from looking at the history and the Holy Book Quran, it is clear to him that Islam stands for justice even more than Christianity and Judaism. And the importance that Islam gives to justice is more than given by Christianity and Judaism. SubhanAllah, we follow a religion that gives importance to such a thing, and we as the followers find it difficult to come and do exactly that. He as a non-Muslim understood the importance of standing for justice, and we should be even better because we follow the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt. And inshallah, this year we will all stand and we pray to Allah that He give us the tawfiq to stand united against batil. We pray to Allah that this year, Al-Quds, we are able to follow the sirat of the Ahlul Bayt, alayhi salam. Salawatu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So inshallah, Al-Quds this year, it will be a rally on Sunday the 3rd of July. And we not only ask everyone here to attend, but all of you should have the understanding and the jazba to inshallah go out and promote this event and we have the largest crowd inshallah this year. It will be on Sunday the 3rd of July, 1:30 p.m. Normally, traditionally it's held on the last Friday of Ramadan, but so that we can take away every excuse of ours, inshallah we've held it on Sunday, and we should be able to attend. Sunday 3rd of July, 1:30 p.m. We will all meet at State Library. The flyers will be handed out, the information will be distributed. We ask for any volunteers that are available to come and support this cause. And as I said, inshallah, it is the duty of each one of us to spread the message, and the duty of each of us, as our respected speakers today have elaborated on, to stand up for this justice. And I will ask at the end, Honorable Qasim to come and recite Dua al-Fatihah to end the program. Yes, of course. Salawatu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
If somebody is asking about the Baqi movement, it doesn't mean that he's not convinced of the Quds movement. In fact, it means that he's so convinced of the Quds movement, he wants to use the same movement for the Baqi movement. So, let's not steer people away from our movement if they have the courage to ask the one question that many of you are asking about. So I thank you, Imam, for the question. I hope the answer was satisfactory. We expect you there on July 3rd, inshallah. And the next Baqi protest, inshallah, you'll be there as well. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Ya Imam al-Muntazar! Ya Imam al-Muntazar! Ya Imam al-Muntazar!
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma kulli waliyaka al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها قليلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب سيد الرسول، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة